Hey guys, Brian from Liquid Concepts. Just getting back from all the holiday festivals, Thanksgiving. I am stuffed. I don't want to be back because it was so nice to be off, but we're back, we're here, we're ready to go at it again. And so now we've got a new exciting video for you guys. We're going to be doing an intake for, I don't know what car, it was just sent to us, but it's a K&N cold air intake, and they want it done in a carbon fiber to actually match what they already have existingly. And so they sent us some pictures, we matched up everything. Everything looks like it's going to be one of our films. It's the CF111, and so essentially it's a black and clear pattern. And then what we did was we've got our dark charcoal gray metallic base coat. It's one of our most popular combinations, and so I think it's going to turn out really well. A couple of things we wanted to make on this tips and tricks video is that doing objects like this, they can be pretty simple or they can be pretty hard. A lot of people, if this is the part that you want to see, you pretty much just turn it like that. They just dip it down, they'll blacken the backside or leave it however. And it's normally fine because essentially it's always going to be sitting just like this. So you never actually see this bottom side. So that is one way that you can do it. In this case, we're actually going to roll this. A little bit more advanced technique. I'm kind of going to go over it with you a little bit, and that way you can actually see it. Whenever we dip it, you know how much film you need to use, and pretty much give you some pointers on if you have a part like this, this is kind of how you go about doing something like that. So first thing is that we got a plug right here to, of course, plug it off to where I'm sure something screws in there, probably an intake sensor, something like that. And so we went ahead, plugged it. Now we can actually take that out. And so what we are going to do is take it out, because if that was sticking out that far, it would void that carbon out even more. And so we don't want to void it out. We want the carbon to look as best as it can. Even though it's on the inside, back down in here, nobody will probably ever see it, but it's something that we want to do because we want to try to make this look as professional as possible and as good as possible. So first things first is that how are we going to dip this? We say we're going to roll it. How are we going to roll it? All right. And so essentially this part right here, it has a faceplate on it that says K&N, really nice polished look to it. So that's going to be the top. And so essentially what we're going to do is we're actually going to turn this around, and we're going to make it to where we come down in it like this, and then we come down like that. And so now we're going to be about halfway in the water, and then we're actually just going to roll it just like this all the way around until it comes back up. And so essentially by doing that, what that's going to do is it's going to give us a line that's right down in here. And so again, the car will sit, or the part will sit just like this. And so looking at it in your view, you'll see it just like that, and that line will be back here. All right. So that way nobody will ever see the line, but the carbon will wrap all the way around this way, and it'll actually wrap all the way around up into that point right there. All right. So it'll wrap all the way around this, all the way around in these blocks here. It'll look really good, look really nice. I think the customer's really going to be happy with this. So let's kind of get started here. Again, this is the film that we've got. It's just a black and clear. You can kind of see even through some of where our tape is, the yellow coming through. It's a really good pattern to work with. We've used it quite a bit on a lot of jobs. A lot of customers like it, and it's very forgiving, very easy to work with. So let's go ahead, because essentially we've got a little bit of it rolling up on us, so no big deal. We're just going to take the tape and put that there. Now this does come in a 50 centimeter version and a 1 meter version. So we probably could have got away with the 50 centimeter, but because I want to make sure that I got plenty of room to go any way possible, we went ahead and chose the 1 meter just to make sure we had plenty of room to go either way. So I'll also put the links in the description below, so that way you can check them out if you're interested in this carbon. So Something like this, we can actually set it this way, or we can set it this way. In this case, we'll just set it right here. That way we have plenty of room on this side to actually fit our hands in, and then we can roll it over and figure out how much we need. So essentially, we're just going to take that, roll it like that, and then we're just going to cut it right down there. And so what we're going to do is actually, I'm just going to use this tape here because I know this film is rolling up just a tiny bit. The tape makes it a little bit easier to just control the roll. So that way, whenever I go to pick it up, because this is a bigger piece and I'm by myself, the tape does help it not want to roll back up on itself or anything like that. Sometimes whenever you get films that don't roll up or anything, we don't use tape, but again, it's personal preference. You can do it however way you want. So we've got our tape cut, and then now, of course, I'm just cutting on the back side of this right here, and we'll pull that off to the side, set that down, and now we're ready to put the film in the water. So I'm going to set this the way that I need to actually hold it, so that way whenever I go to dip it down in the water, I know that whenever I pick it up, this is exactly the way that it goes, and then I'm ready to roll it. All right, so let's set that just like that, so that way we know which way it goes. And let's make sure we got our dividers pulled out far enough. So one thing to do is we actually have not tested this yet, but always want to test it. Get your fingers wet, and then of course come over here, hold it for just a few seconds. The side that sticks to your finger, just like this, like that, goes down on the water. 100% every time. Very easy to check. I was pretty sure it was that side, but again, if you forget, it's super easy. So we'll go ahead, lay this down in the water, and get started. So again, there's hundreds of ways to lay film on the water, but what we like to do is just go corner to corner. So essentially, we'll just put it down on that corner there, lay it out, and then just slowly lay that out like that. All right, sweet. So we got a little bit of a bubble right there, a few right here. Kind of blow those out of the way so that way they are out and they don't bother us whenever we are dipping. And so now I can pull this in and tighten this up, and timer is going off there. Just wanted to make sure. All right, so tighten that up a little bit. Now that we got that, we'll set our dividers in. All right, so that looks pretty good. Kind of blow a little bit of those bubbles out, and then now we'll grab some gloves and get started. So 60 seconds. So we're going to be a little bit past 60 seconds. It's not going to be a big deal. It's not going to hurt us in any way if we're about 10 seconds, 15 seconds late. Film will still work really good because I know this film. It works really good, and I think you guys will like it as well. So we'll go ahead and just get started on activating it. So activator, you want to make sure that you're just slow and steady, and then that way you don't wrinkle any of your carbon or move it in any way. You got it all activated, you got it all nice, smooth, slicked out. And so now that we've got everything slicked out really nice, that looks good. Now we will take and start right here, go down, and just slowly come down about halfway right there, and then we'll just slowly turn this just like so, and then wrap it all the way around just like that. And so it looks like we got a little bit of a blowout right in here. Essentially the water beat the film in. Not really a big deal because again, what you're going to be seeing is from that right there, and that looks really good on this spot right in here. So you can see it wrapped all the way around in here. wrapped all the way around where the faceplate goes, and looks like it wrapped around all the way everywhere else. So I would say that's definitely a good dip, good hit. We can come back in if we wanted to. We could black that in. If you absolutely wanted to, you could come back, try it again, maybe go a little bit slower. It would probably come back up and touch, but again, because you'll never see that spot, we'll probably come back in, black it in just a little bit, and you're good to go. So just kind of wanted to show you guys just a quick little, you know, tips and tricks on doing something that's rounded like this, so then that way you have a pretty good idea on how to actually go about doing it whenever you have it at your shop. So I definitely appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions or anything, definitely give us a call. We'll be more than happy to help you out, and we'd love to hear from you. Put in the comments below what you liked, what you didn't like. If you got any ideas on future videos, we'd love to hear from you as well on that. So I'm Brian from Liquid Concepts, and we're making hydrographics great again. Hope you guys have a great holiday, and we'll see you on the next video.